It was worth it, but my fear.
And so how far did you walk? Because you walked from the White House and back, right? Do you know?
I actually have an app that was...
You were checking it?
Yeah, it's my little workout too. I started about half a mile in, so we walked a little under 2 miles.
Okay, wow. And can you tell me a little about the signs that you have here? I was noticing it under your arm.
So this one, I love you, black man. Just every black man I saw walking the streets, I just kind of flashed my sign, waved, gave a smile, just to let them know that, you know, we're here, we're doing this not just for y'all, but for the entire black community. So that's what that sign was for. And then how many weren't filmed. Obviously, tensions have risen because of all the police brutality videos that have surfaced online that have been filmed. But if a number of them have been filmed and it's so high, how many have not been filmed? How many have we not seen? How many do we not know about? So that's what that second sign was about.
That's great. And I was talking to a couple siblings who had organized another protest I think it was over the weekend on Sunday, and that's one of the things she had mentioned, just how striking it was and traumatizing to see on film the interaction between the police officer and those people who were filming. You know, talk about that aspect of it being filmed versus those whose stories haven't been shared as publicly as George Floyd's.
So luckily, a lot of them have been filmed because obviously we wouldn't know that these things were happening, and they're hard conversations to have. They're hard videos to watch, but they've been filmed, so we know that these things are happening. Now we know that these are things that we need to bring up. These are things that we need to march about. These are things that we need to have those hard conversations about. So that's the upside of those being filmed. The downside, their families have to live with these videos forever. We have to look back on these videos and see them and think, wow, like this is what we're going through. This is what America has come to. So there's definitely a good side and a bad side to things. But yeah, I'm glad that we're here because of those videos, because we're talking about these things, we're igniting these conversations, and we're sparking the change as you saw out here today. So,
and we heard a lot of compelling stories as we were walking, and everyone would pause and have some of them come up and share on the megaphone. Do you have any story of your own personal connection that you've been thinking about as you've been marching all the way here?
No, I actually don't really have a personal connection to this, and I realized recently when these conversations came back up again after the George Floyd killing, I realized that this is affecting me and my community personally, and I'm so naive to these things. I failed to educate myself, so my purpose for being out here is I feel like I need to educate myself. I need to start speaking up for my people, and I need to stop putting these things on the back burner, because these are important issues to the black community, and although they're not directly affecting me, they're affecting my people. So that's why I'm out here.
So you feel like you've kind of been disconnected for some of the issues we've heard?
Absolutely.
Wow, how so?
I'm one of those people who just doesn't really deal with having those tough conversations very well. So I think, okay, maybe if I avoid those tough conversations, then things will just go away. And as the years go on and as more of these killings are happening, I'm realizing these things are not going away. Just because I'm ignoring it doesn't mean it's not happening. So do I want to continue to ignore it and not help the cause, or do I want to be out here supporting my people, helping the cause?
That's great. And did you end up learning anything today when you were listening to some of those speeches and marching alongside the group?
I did, actually. I'm not sure if you heard the young black mother talking about her 2 young children that were out here with her. But for me, it's just alarming. As someone who wants to have children, it's alarming to me that a young black mother like that, she fears for her children's life every day. Her children are driving and there's a police officer behind them and they're scared. Her son wants to go out for a jog to work out and she's scared. And I don't think that anyone should have their children leave the house and think, okay, my kids aren't coming back, let me hug and kiss my children just in case they don't come back. No one should have to live like that. So that was something that was very eye-opening for me, was hearing that mother speak.
So after this now, they're talking about action and they have their list of demands, and that's what a lot of people have been asking about. You know, what are the next steps? For you, what are you going to do in your own life to try to forward the cause?
I'm going to continue to come out here. I'm going to continue to educate myself. I actually brought a friend out here with me, and she's the same as me. We're ignoring these issues, and we don't need to ignore them. We need to face these issues head on, and we need to be the solution to the problem. So I think just us continuing to come out here, continuing to bring other people out here, I think that's definitely something that we can do to help the cause. And I also want to say I'm so proud of these young people, because I'm 22, and what I was doing at 17, 18, 19, I wasn't doing any of this. I wasn't doing anything like this. I wasn't organizing whole peaceful protests, filling up the Capitol, filling up the front of the White House. Like, this is amazing to me that these are young people making this change. it's just so amazing to me because what was I doing at 17? I wasn't doing this.
Never too late.
Yeah, never too late. But that's just so amazing to me that these are a group of teenagers who are able to come out here, speak their piece, and make change like this. And if a couple teenagers can do this, just imagine what we can all do if we come together with these teenagers, with everyone. If we can come together, like this would be so powerful. This was already powerful, but just these 2 or 3 people, if they can make a change like this, just imagine what we can do together.
Well said. And are you staying here or are you going to head home?
Yeah, I'll probably stick around for a little bit longer. They raised the curfew from 7 to 11, so we'll probably stick around a little bit longer, see if we can catch anyone else marching, see if we can catch other people speaking, and we'll join in on them.
Great. Well, thank you so much for talking to me. And your name?
Antoinette Van.
Antoinette Van. Thank you so much.
Thank
It's so
you.
nice to meet you.
You too. Y'all have a
Take
good
care.
one.
Yeah, you too.